just ran an ad, but um, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Everyone else also get up, stretch, hydrate, whatever. And yeah. You got 12 tacos. Amazing. That sounds amazing. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Um, you know, Wraith, I will think about it. But first, I'm gonna do some plot. What do you say? Do some plot? Let's do some plot. It is a pleasure as always, Evan. Have you been able to relax lately? Wonderful. As busy as you have been, with the right of succession among other things, you deserve an opportunity to experience Tuliolal at a more leisurely pace. Alright, Gus. Have a good night. Get some rest. I can delay a little bit. Alright. Sampling the tacos at Chevallier is one such way to do so. They're made the traditional way, laden with fillings, and are absolutely sublime. If you have an empty stomach, the owner Brook Evu will look after you. I get more tacos? Yay, tacos. Everything about the game today apparently wants me to have tacos. Oh, they added the capstone role quest, right? Or is that later? Well, if it isn't Evan. Alone today, are you? For now. I see. If you have a hankering for tacos, then they're on the house. Consider it a token of gratitude for your help tracking down those treasures. Go ahead and find a table. I'll bring your meal as soon as it's ready. Because I did all the role quests, so I can do the capstone now. Those tacos look amazing. You still love tacos, I hope. You ate so many when you turned 5, you could barely move afterwards. Remember that? That's not... Not really. That was 30 years ago for me. Oh, no! I need a sad face, too. Right. Sorry, it's still strange for me, too. Just the other day, you were a little boy, clinging to your mother's skirts as you set off for Yassulani. Now you're a man grown with a face full of hair. Even so, I knew you were my son the instant I saw you. We're still family. You can always rely on me. Be weird. Same age as your dad. Relying... It feels like the only thing I'm doing right now. On you and everyone else. I can't even start a fire without assistance at my new job. Back in Alexandria, we had Electrope. If I needed fire, all I had to do was press a button. Everything was at our fingertips. But here I'm helpless. A culinarian who can't even light a stove? The way the others in the kitchen stared at me, gods, I've never felt so embarrassed. I'm sorry to hear that. I'd been told the tales, but it seems life is really different within the dome. My wife and children, I was thinking I'd have them join me once things had settled, but at this rate... I say you send for them. If they're your family, then they're mine too. I'll do whatever's necessary to make it work. Dude had a 5-year-old child and now he's got grandkids? Weird. I didn't mean to overhear, but it seems like you're having trouble readjusting to life in Tuliolo. Thou Wuklamat? To aid folk like yourself, we've established a support group at the Wing of Reflection. There, you can learn the skills you need to live outside the dome. It isn't easy being back, I know, but I'm hopeful that they can make things easier. It's exactly what I need. I'll definitely seek this group out, and I'll bring my family with me. Thank you. Oh, look who it is! I was just about to go and find you, Evan. You don't mind the company, I hope. I could use a bite to eat myself. We gotta put on happy face for Wuklamat. And her tacos. The tacos here never disappoint. So what have you been up to lately? Sorry, my options are I've been exploring Tyrol with my trusty alpaca, I've been catching up on sleep, I've been working to recover some stolen artifacts, or I've been making a name for myself at the Arcadian. I'm amused by all of these options. But I think we're going to go with the last one, because that is what I've been doing most in this game recently. You're fighting in the arena in Alexandria? By facing off against tough opponents, I'd wager you've honed your skills even further. I mean, I've forgotten entirely how to bard, but... yeah. As for myself, I'm being kept busy with the duties at the palace, but whenever I find a moment, I like to walk the streets and talk to the people. That way, I can better understand the problems they have and share them with Kona to figure out solutions. I was on one such walk just now, and as I mentioned, I was hoping to find you. Kona and I have something we want to discuss with you, as Dawn servants. Do you have time to come to the palace? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I finished my tacos, so... Great! I'll go on ahead. Please come join us once you've finished here. I am curious about the roll quest thing, but for now, we'll just... remembering anything about my way around this city. There we go. I have not spent a lot of time here, I'll be honest. God, those doors are huge. Alright. Just coming in here, I was like, I remember fighting Kalul Jaja here in this room. That was fun. Things were simple then. I mean, they weren't really, but they kind of were. Okay. Mr. Evan, it's always an honor. Falcona has stepped away to attend to a pressing matter, but he should join you within before long. Yeah, okay. Oh, look, it's my friends. We're gonna put on this face for Gaha. Oh, you're all here too? Falcona summoned us, though if truth be told, Alphino and I had been seeing him quite regularly of late. He asked us to share our knowledge of Hanish culture, you see, in hopes of further strengthening your alliance. We were of course happy to oblige him. Kryl and I were likewise summoned. Otherwise, we've been carrying on with our work, compiling information on the Golden City. My grandfather embarked on his investigation 20 years ago. With our report, we shall finish what he started. Lest you wonder, Thancred and Urianger have left to resume their tour of Tiral. Yeah, they're off on their 6th honeymoon, or whatever this is. Y'shtola, meanwhile, is back to researching cross-rift travel. She was here just a few days ago to get Kona's permission to investigate living memory. By the way, she mentioned wanting to take a look at the key in your keeping at some point. Yeah, I'd trust her with that. She wants to go see her boyfriend, it's fine. If the look she had in her eyes was any indication, I suggest you brace yourself when she comes calling. You'd like to be stuck with her for a while. I don't mind. That's fine. As for Estinian, we know neither where he is nor what he is doing. Some things never change. You're not wrong. He's off somewhere. Hi, Kona. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. We took advantage of the time to catch up. A little. So what can we do for you? Hopefully the present company is enough for whatever you need. The matter for which I have summoned you pertains to Alexandria. A state funeral will soon be held in Solution 9 to mourn the passing of Queen Sphene. King Galulja and his administration have invited us to attend. While certain issues remain unresolved between our nations, such as the treatment of Yasselani, I see no reason not to attend. For generations, the Alexandrians lived without even the awareness of death. I wouldn't have expected them to have funeral rites still. Apparently, the members of Oblivion unearthed records of ceremonies that were conducted in the Alexandria of old. It was they who put forth the proposal that the queen be thus honored. Leave it to that lot to think of such things. The people of Alexandria no longer forget the departed. They're being confronted with the idea of death for the first time. I suspect our friends wanted to do something for them. Though Sphene was but a simulacrum, she was nonetheless a pillar for her people. The pain of her passing must run deep. Indeed, a funeral will give Alexandrians the chance to come together to express their grief, that they might overcome it. I wasn't sure at first, but I've decided to go. Not only to be there for Gululja, but to put this chapter behind us. Yeah, I don't know if that's how that's going to work out. I mean, sure, but it also might open a new chapter, you know? That I requested your presence was none other than to see if you wished to attend the funeral. You knew Sphene as well, after all. Did I? I mean, like, yeah, but did I? My options are, I think I should go too. Sometimes I wonder if there wasn't another way, or that would be inappropriate. We'll go with the second one. That seems right. You and me both. But we made our choices and are responsible for what comes of them. As vow, I'll attend the funeral in an official capacity. I owe it to the Alexandrian people to bear witness to their grief. I'd like it if you could be there to watch over everything, like you did all through the Rite of Succession. I will also put arrows in anything that needs them. I do love that my hair obscures my face so often in cutscenes. It makes me laugh. I feel like the rest of us should go too. Regardless of the reason, the fact remains that we deprived Alexandria of a beloved ruler. It's only right that we remember who Sphene was, to her people and to others, so let us stand with you. Then it's decided. Let's head to Solution 9 and look for Gululja in the back room. Yeah, okay. I can do that. I've spent a lot more time there lately. Anyway. I definitely don't have a funeral-appropriate sock puppet face. I think the sock puppet over the patch title there is really funny. Hey, buddy. Sorry, I should have read that, actually. So he says, though I, too, would ideally attend the funeral, given the circumstances, I think it best that Lamati represent us. Besides, I need to be on hand to oversee the city's repairs, which is taking longer than expected. When that work is complete, we will finally look into installing new thrones. But to have Father's throne here still, it makes me feel he is close by. I'm quite happy for it to remain for a while. You know what? That's fair. Alright, where do we go from here? Because I don't remember where we are. Okay. Now what? So when do we start getting Anyway. Hello, child. You came for the funeral. Buddy, why are you still in, like, rags? Aren't you a king now? Of course. I'm the only one who'll officially take part, though. The others will watch over the proceedings. So how have you been? It's been a while since my last visit. I'm good. Shale is always teaching me new things. Recently, I've learned about Everkeep's systems and the mechanical soldiers. It's knowledge I'll need to use my authority properly. Studious as always, I see. By way of a treat, I've brought you gâteau au chocolat. It's a kind of cake. I think you'll like it. Thank you, Lamati. And thank you for coming. I've never been to a funeral before, so I feel less nervous having you here. Out of curiosity, what's the custom in Alexandria? In our world, it's common to offer flowers to the departed. It's much the same here, according to the records. Ha! Cute. Sorry, there was a side quest where you, in Elpis, established the whole tradition with the lilies. Anyway, flowers will be distributed to all attendees. So that's like pre-sundering flowers is a thing. Anyway, considering that all the worlds used to be one, the practice of offering flowers may well share the same ancient origin. Fascinating, wouldn't you say? Yes, in fact, I did those side quests. Oh, I actually have to pick one. Eh, just do that. Those side quests, interestingly enough, are where you met Althik and Nymea prior to Mists of the Realm. The flowers are being handed out at Praxis Park. I'm thinking of heading over there now. Yeah, okay, let's go. We'll join you. There's a man I would like to speak to, Gussan. He was apparently Sphyn's aide, and the one who sent us the invitation. Come on, let's go. I think we do have to switch to this one, because it dances to the music. And you know what? Oh, up there. I don't know the names of any of the locations here, I just know where they are on the map. Why, I'm Val Wulklamat of Tuliolam. Thank you for extending us an invitation to Queen Sphyn's funeral. We are honored, truly. I'd seen you before from a distance, but never had the pleasure. I am Gussan, former chief aide to the Queen. Since her passing, I've been responsible for administering affairs of state. Can we get our flowers here? Yes, Your Majesty. The flowers are being handed out at the counter yonder, alongside the regulators. What? We need to wear regulators for the funeral? Ah, rest assured they are not a requirement. We're aware your people do not use them. You see, people in the Alexandria of old wore tokens of mourning upon their persons while attending funerals. As such tokens were black, it was suggested that we might wear regulators painted the same color. We've yet to produce enough for everyone, but we are distributing them as we are able. I see. Yet, regulator or no, the important thing is that we remember Queen Sphyn. Remember her and her kindness as you make an offering of your flower. I will. The proceedings will soon begin in this plaza. Please take your place once you have your flower. like that everybody chose, like, that one windbreaker. Yes, let's wear our customary funeral hoodies. I've got one of those glams. I could be wearing that. I'm not.
Although we are gathered here for the same reason, we hail from different lands.
Right, I have to click.
Some were born and raised in the Alexandria of old, while others came to us from Tuliolal. It was from this union of diverse peoples that a new Alexandria was born. The only home that our younger generation knows.
Those gloves are neat.
How did we overcome the barriers between us? What moved us to join hands in common purpose beneath crackling skies? You know the answer. We survived. We thrived.
I like the flowers on the Ethernet shard there.
Brought us together.
Yep, that's exactly how it happened.
Encouraged by her boundless kindness, we strove to be better for ourselves as well as those around us. And in Her Majesty's absence, there is a sadness beyond words. Yet we will remember her. Remember all the good that she has done for us. So let us pray, as the people of the Old Kingdom once did, for the peaceful repose of the departed. And let us keep our beloved Queen forever in our hearts, that her memory might guide us unto the morrow.
It's a very somber occasion. There's part of me that's like, at this guy though.
Would that I could find solace in my own words.
I have that jacket. Is the small child carrying a flower? No, she's got both of them. Alright, so, like, we all acknowledge that Sphene was a better person than Zoralja was, but, they are technically mourning two monarchs, right? Like, King died, and the Queen died. But nobody likes Zoralja, I guess. I mean, this poor kid.
Taken to the cloud. She isn't it, darling?
Like, the poor child is like, I mean, yes, she died, but, like, my dad did, too. As did so many others, but...
I miss her. She would always cheer me up when I was down. But even though I remember her, I'll never see her again. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, sorry, kid. Your parents lied to you. Everybody lied to you about how death works.
It seems that's what it means to die, I'm afraid. But what will happen to us? Are we just going to be sad forever?
Yep. Congrats. I'm sorry. I should be taking this more seriously.
What will happen indeed? Everything that we have, we owe to Queen Sphene. How are we to go on without her?
I still remember Her Majesty so clearly. If only I didn't, I might feel better about the future of our realm.
Like, I get that they're not used to this, but...
We should also consider moving to Tuliolo. The journey won't be easy, but it'd be better than staying here in uncertainty.
In times like these, I take comfort in the beliefs of a Turali people called the Yokui.
Well, she just, like, interjected herself in this conversation.
To them, death isn't the end. So long as we're remembered, we never truly die. It could be the same for Queen Sphene, you know? If you keep her alive in your hearts, she'll always be with you.
But we still won't be able to see her, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could just forget instead of having to feel like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to impose. Please, mourn your queen however you see fit.
So this is all going very well, obviously.
As expected, they struggle to come to terms with their loss. I hope they can find a way to move forward.
It's not only grief that weighs on them, but worry for the future. Bereft of their queen, how will they proceed?
True. But with that at least, we're not powerless to help. What is it, Guloja?
I was wondering, is it better to remember or forget someone when they're dead?
I mean, that's the thing everyone's dealing with, isn't it? Also, yeah, we should be listening to people from this culture about what they need.
I remember my father, and every time I think of him, it hurts. It's the same with Queen Sphene. Knowing that she's gone makes me feel sad. But it's different with my mother. I never knew her, so I don't feel as bad.
So you had a mother. We were wondering.
I want to remember my father, but maybe I'd be better off forgetting him.
Honestly, yeah, he was kind of a dick.
Guloja.
Sorry, I am being really irreverent.
Why don't we continue this somewhere else?
I'm sure that close-up on the regulator is not at all significant. Doesn't mean anything. Why would it? Yes, Cooljaw, you should have brought it up because, like, we do need to deal with the fact that you are mourning. I don't... I don't know if we should really be trying to decide how these people deal with it. This is all new to them. Hey, Galuja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only Mamuljas she found listed were my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Oh, so maybe you didn't have a mother. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way about it. Maybe Zaralja gave birth to you. My options are, perhaps we should try looking again, or do you want to know about your mother? We're gonna ask that one, because, like, I'm curious, but I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again. And if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want. Then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others, too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. You're not bothering us, kid. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracing the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. All right. Thank you, everyone. Assuming neither memories nor records of Gululja's mother remain, we must cast as wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Evan, if you could make inquiries outside in the outskirts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Yeah, okay. I can do that. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Mamulja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zaralja. You might have better luck talking to the people over at Tonawatan Settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Ueyuada. The Resilient Sun won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another, or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kanaloka. Cool. Let's look for... who else is here? Here's one. Hi, friend. You're looking for a Mamulja woman? Oh, Gululja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I know only a little about Zeralja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Taral Vidral had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zeralja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear of the king's feat in the past. Cool. So, like, it turns out he wasn't always, you know, that. We're learning that some people actually liked him. Is that what's happening here? I gotta actually pay attention to where we're at. There we are. A Mamulja woman? Their people have never been a common sight around here. Why, the last time I saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was among an entourage of Landsguard that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Tuliolal after their mission. But if any remained, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with us. Or with the rest of us. So, like, the timing of that doesn't make any sense because the child is clearly not 30 years old. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the ages of Mamulja look like, but all right. Let's see. Gululcha has told me all. We've previously tried to track down the records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. With everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. I learned some things. How does it feel you're older than Kral but younger than Papalymo? Weird. I mean... weird. All of the ages of everyone in this game are wrong, though. They're not right. You know what fucked me up? Is that I'm older than Urianger. Like, that's not right. That is in fact very wrong. That should not be true. Ah, so you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. Yeah, every age is wrong. Urianger, obviously, the biggest one for me. But you know who else is the wrong age? Xenos. Xenos would make a lot more sense if he was a fucking teenager. Like, not a grown-ass man. Just an overgrown child. Anyway, all of them are wrong. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So, Zeralja brought a retinue of Landsguard to Yasulani, among whom was a female Mamulja. His mission was to rid the region of a Taral Vidral, and I believe it's safe to say that that was the crisis in Uayuada he resolved. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Uayuada. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zeralja made regular visits. If he required secrecy, a location home to his most loyal followers would be ideal, and if this Mamulja woman had remained there, they would have had occasion to come in contact. I see, but what could Zeralja have been doing in that village? Well, you see, when a Mamulja and a Mamulja like each other very much. Sorry, it's just that there's a child involved. What do you think they were doing? I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zaraja's steps, Raha and I spoke with a researcher who worked at Orogenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the king's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such a facility. Only Veilguard was believed to have been under the king's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So, if we look into transportation records... There it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts at obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Ueyuada. Far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activity for years, though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when we put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So, we'll be investigating this secret facility in Ueyuada then. And this time, I want you to come along, Gululja. That doesn't seem like a good idea, Wuglamat. Seems like there might be something dangerous there. And not just because I think that's where our new dungeon is. Ueyuada is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Alright, thank you, Shale. I'm sure this is fine. It's all very normal. Nothing bad ever happens. Everything is fine. Right, how do I get out of here? Just go over the wall. When I didn't have flying, that was much more annoying. Whee! Oh, what's... There's a side quest here that I haven't done. That's fine. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful, everyone. Yeah, okay. That's, I think, a good place to end for the night. On Friday, we'll pick it up there. Because it's about time for me to end stream. So, Friday we'll start back in on this, and maybe I'll give people time to gather by doing like the roll quest or whatever. But we're going to be a Final Fantasy XIV stream again. Well, there's new story to do. And then I will consider whether I want to be a Dragon Age streamer. Because I kind of do. Let me figure out who I want to raid. I didn't put my talk channel to the sock puppet, so we're staying over here for now. Let's see who is live. Let's see. Oh my god, Panos is playing Veilguard. We're gonna go over to we're gonna go over to Panos because Dragon Age. And we haven't raided there in a while. So, if you are avoiding Veilguard spoilers, this is your cue to look away. But he's good people. A lot of fun. So give him some love. And I will see you guys on Friday. Have a good night. Let me do this thing.